got Chris here from Oomi. How you doing, Chris?
Good. Yourself?
Oh, very good, very good. How's the conference been for you so far?
Good. Day 3, so a little bit tired, sore feet, but no, it's been
One more
good.
day
Yeah.
to go.
Still got the voice, so as long as that holds out 24 hours, I should be fine.
I woke up this morning, I was sounding a little bit like Barry White. I was like talking like this. My voice is loosened up a little bit, so that's good.
Fantastic.
It's excellent. So tell me what Oomi? What is Oomi?
Sure. Okay, so Oomi's a home automation gateway. There seems to be hundreds around here at CES. It's the connected home story is what everyone's talking about at the moment, but we've tried to approach it in a different way. We're actually looking at user experience.
Okay.
And we're trying to carry that user experience all the way through from somebody actually buying the product all the way through to using the product.
Okay.
So we've developed some technologies inside of that that are fairly unique in regards to the way that we do it. Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about how this, you got the connected home, and like you said, that has been a key component here, one of the many that are going on, but certainly everybody's got some aspect to connect things together. What makes Oomi, how's that set up?
Different from everything else, yeah. So we've been doing this for a while now. We've been making gateway technology and working within the whole IoT space. This particular project's been about 18 months in the making. And what we wanted to do was really allow a consumer to be able to buy the products, be able to take them home and be able to get them up and running with zero programming.
Excellent.
And that was the challenge. So what we've done is there's 2 key components, if I can just sort of walk you through.
Yeah,
we have the Oomi Cube. So the Oomi Cube is the central brains behind the system. And then we have also the Oomi Touch, which is basically a tablet, but these two get shipped together. And the reason why we do that is that when you unbox these 2 devices, you can plug in your Oomi Cube, you can take your Oomi Touch, and you can simply hold it across the top of the unit. So if you notice there, and I'll turn it around so they can see on the camera, it'll actually start to tell you what the device does. So across the top of the unit here, we've got an IR blaster system that will allow you the ability to be able to control all of your AV devices.
Okay.
You have a number of sensors, so you have temperature, light, motion, humidity, UV sensors, noise sensors. You have an integrated security camera system. You have a speaker on the bottom. You have a Z-Wave gateway. You have the Zigbee expansion slot on there as well. And you also have IP control. So effectively, this one gateway, just by scanning the device, we have now added it into the network, and this is ready to go. So we can now start to control our Oomi and actually control the connected devices around it.
Really?
Yeah.
Just that simple?
That simple.
That is incredible.
Yeah. And then we extend that out. So to give you an example, obviously, once people have got the Oomi Cube and they may decide, I want to control the device. So they can go down to their local retail store, they can buy one of the Oomi devices, and it's exactly the same process. So they take that home, they grab their Oomi Touch, they simply hold it across the top, and by holding it across the top, the device will do the same thing. It reads everything on there, so it tells us that this is an energy meter, so it'll actually monitor all the energy consumption, but it's going to control the device. I can go into settings, I can give it a name, I can give it an icon, I can say done, and this will now control this device.
So then you plug this into the wall, you plug your other device into it, and you want to turn the lamp on or off, or you want to, whatever the case may be,
exactly.
This is all set to do it.
Exactly, and that'll extend into currently in the series lighting control, climate control. We have integration modules with Nest, just like everyone else. So Nest, we have Dropcam, we have Sonos integration.
Okay.
And then what happens is once you've saved that all to your Oomi Touch, you can then use it on your devices outside the house. So the wearable technology, I can view my cameras through my watches. I can start to get notifications through my devices. And so outside of the home, you have the capability, and then inside the home, Oomi becomes your friend, your partner, someone that understands what's happening within the home.
I love that. Yeah. I really do. The idea of just holding it up to something and it recognizes what the device is, you can then customize it to do what you need it to do, to be named the way you need to name it. You're not bound by somebody else's idea of that. You can only have these 5 rooms in your house. And,
Correct.
And,
Correct.
and if you have another room that you want to name, well, sorry, you don't have it.
Correct. The other part too is that it's actually not just Oomi devices. So, for example, this being a Z-Wave gateway, will work up to 1,200 devices. So a lot of the manufacturers that you'll find here at CES will work with inside
that same
Oomi
technology.
Cube. Yeah.
Right.
So whilst you won't be able to walk up to those devices and scan them in the same way, you'll still be able to control it through the Oomi Cube. And there is one final piece of the puzzle. And basically what happens is when you've got more than 3 devices on the network, Oomi has what we call Oomi IQ. And what Oomi IQ will do is it will start to learn the way that you use your devices in the home. So one of the biggest challenges that we found was the whole user experience when it comes down to asking people, how would you like to automate your home? Most people don't have an understanding of what they'd like to do with scenes, etc. So what Oomi will start to do is watch the activity that you do within the home, and then within a few weeks it'll start to make suggestions. So to give you an example, if you watch, say, 5 o'clock every night, you're watching the news in the front room, you'll turn on your TV, you'll turn on your cable box, you might dim the lights down a little bit, and the whole back end of the house isn't being used because the family's in the front room. If Oomi starts to learn that activity, it'll make a suggestion for you. Would you like me to set up a scene for the 5 o'clock news? And so you can actually set up an icon and that will automate the process for you. So you don't need to go in and actually make those decisions. You just live your life as normal, and Oomi IQ will actually make suggestions and again start to form a relationship where you can trust what Oomi IQ is going to suggest to you.
And just move and then let that kind of set your life up for you so that you can take your mind off of doing that and do some other things.
Exactly. There's better things to do in life than sit there and control your devices.
That's right. That's absolutely true.
Yeah.
That's really amazing. Yeah. What's in the future for this? I mean, home automation is been around for a long time.
Yeah.
But it seems like this year it really clicked.
Yeah.
What was the change? What was the thing that made it tip over the edge?
Look, I guess, I mean, the original tip, because we've been talking about this kind of stuff for 30, 40, 50 odd years. I mean, obviously the biggest inflection point to happen was touchscreen devices. So the smartphone, the tablet, that was the first inflection point. I think the second one now is just purely the fact that the industry itself is embracing the idea. So it's no longer some niche sort of outside brands or high-priced products that are approaching this. As you walk around the halls, you'll find that Samsung, Panasonic, all the major brands are looking at how they can integrate this in, and that's the exciting part. When the big names get behind it and people actually end up with this as a default within the home, that's when the acceptance will start to come through. And ultimately, it's how do I use that, how do I experience that, and that's what we're trying to fill with Oomi, and that's what we're trying to do there.
And I like that this is really kind of made the user experience more natural. People can understand holding something up to something and having it read. If they want to expand it into these other devices, they can do that. But the basic functionality is there, very simple, and then they can expand their comfort zone with that a lot easier.
We like to think that we'll almost be able to take this as far as the Apple iPhone. When you open up the Apple iPhone, there is no instruction manual. We'd like to think that we'll be able to get this to the same point. I did that experiment with my dad, who's 70 years old, and I did have to write down a few notes for him, but I can tell you that he actually got his Oomi Cube up and running literally within 10 minutes. And,
that's great.
Yeah, so we're getting very close to that whole Apple idea.
What is it with our the parent test? I did the same thing.
Best litmus test possible.
I think everybody can figure it out.
My parents and my 7-year-old son, my testers,
Excellent.
Yeah.
Well, Chris, thank you so much. Where can people find more about this? Is this available now?
Sure. So what we're actually doing, CES for us is a meet and greet. It allows people to touch the product, feel the product, understand it. But we're not actually launching until June. So what we're doing, we're following this up with an Indiegogo campaign.
Okay.
So Indiegogo will begin at the start of next week, and with Indiegogo, people will be able to jump on there. This entire kit that you see on the table will be retailing for $3.99. We'll have some early specials on Indiegogo, which will actually start at $1.99, 50% off.
And I notice this is not U.S. standard plugs, but you're going to have it set up for whatever your national standard is. You'll be able to get the devices set up for that.
So the group that's put this together is actually an international company. So we come from Australia, from China, from US, from Europe. So all the devices have been made for all the countries.
Excellent.
All ready to go.
It's Oomi, O-O-M-I.
That's correct.
So when they go to Indiegogo next week and look for it, they'll search for that.
O-O-M-I, yep.
O-O-M-I. And we're going to look forward to this. Talk about another trend. Indiegogo has been huge this year here at CES. How many products? At least half the products we've had through the booth, it seems like they've had some kind of crowd-funded campaign that has been around their product.
Yeah, look, for us, it's, again, CES is a great launch platform because it allows people to be able to experience the product. But we're finding now this crowdsourcing idea, it actually gets people involved. They feel like they're sort of part of the development of the product. That's important for us. We don't want to just go to people and say, here's a product, we think it's going to work for you. We also want to use that as feedback. And these kind of crowdsourcing mediums allow us to actually be able to gauge what people are saying, get that feedback, and be able to use that in our development of the product as well. So that's an important part to what we're doing too.
Excellent. Well, I'm going to urge everybody to go over and check out Indiegogo. OOMI. You'll be able to find it over there next week. And I jump on board, folks. There's going to be some early specials, I think, for some lucky few people who get in there early and support this product. And Chris, thanks so much for bringing it by.
Thank you very much for your time.
All right, thank you.
Cheers.
Appreciate it.
Cheers.
And